Habitat change and degradation and affect the viability of plant species. Environmental change and degradation have emerged as pressing global issues, profoundly impacting the survival and well-being of plant species. As vital components of ecosystems, plants play a fundamental role in providing habitats, regulating climate, and supporting diverse life forms. This essay explores the dynamic interplay between environmental change, habitat degradation, and the ability of plant species to adapt and survive in the face of these challenges. Environmental change and plant survival. Environmental change encompasses various factors, including climate change, deforestation, pollution, habitat fragmentation, and invasive species. These alterations to natural ecosystems have far-reaching consequences for plant species. Climate change, for instance, disrupts temperature and precipitation patterns, resulting in shifts in plant distribution, phenology, and overall ecosystem functioning. Additionally, deforestation and habitat loss directly impact plant populations by reducing available habitat, disrupting ecological interactions, and limiting resources for growth and reproduction. Habitat degradation in plant communities. Habitat degradation, driven by human activities such as land conversion, industrialization, and unsustainable agricultural practices, poses a severe threat to plant communities. Degraded habitats often exhibit reduced biodiversity, altered nutrient cycling, and increased susceptibility to invasive species. These changes disrupt the delicate balance of ecological interactions, rendering some plant species more vulnerable to extinction. Furthermore, habitat fragmentation, whereby once contiguous habitats are fragmented into smaller, isolated patches, can result in reduced gene flow, limited dispersal opportunities, and increased risks of local extinction for plant populations. Adaptation and resilience. Despite the challenges posed by environmental change and habitat degradation, plant species have demonstrated remarkable adaptive capabilities and resilience. Through processes such as natural selection, genetic variation, and phenotypic plasticity, plants can adapt to changing environmental conditions. Genetic variation within populations provides the raw material for adaptation, enabling some individuals to possess traits that confer a competitive advantage under new environmental pressures. Phenotypic plasticity allows plants to adjust their morphology, physiology, and life history traits in response to changing environmental cues. In some cases, plants exhibit rapid evolutionary responses to environmental change. For example, studies have shown that certain plant populations have adapted to higher temperatures or increased drought conditions through shifts in flowering time, altered water use efficiency, or changes in seed dispersal mechanisms. These adaptive responses contribute to the survival and persistence of plant species in rapidly changing environments. Conservation and restoration strategies. To mitigate the impacts of environmental change and habitat degradation on plant species, conservation and restoration efforts are crucial. Conservation strategies focus on protecting and restoring habitats, reducing pollution, and implementing sustainable land use practices. Establishing protected areas, promoting reforestation and habitat corridors, and implementing measures to reduce carbon emissions are essential steps in safeguarding plant diversity and ecosystem integrity. Furthermore, botanical gardens, seed banks, and ex situ conservation initiatives play a vital role in preserving plant species at risk of extinction. These institutions serve as repositories for genetic diversity, offering a safeguard against catastrophic loss and providing material for future restoration efforts. Additionally, restoration ecology aims to recreate or rehabilitate degraded habitats, enhancing their capacity to support plant communities and ecosystem functions. Public awareness and engagement are integral to the success of conservation and restoration efforts.